The city of homes is what people call Wauwatosa, Wisconsin, which is west of Milwaukee. Its streets are quiet, and there are schools, parks, and cute family homes all over them. But on a hot day in late July 1925, young Arthur Buddy Schumacher Jr. was killed, which shook this quiet suburb. Buddy Schumacher was said to be a kind-hearted kid who always had a smile on his face. Buddy and his friends left home early in the morning of July 24, 1925. They were going to a nearby watering hole where kids play and swam in the summer. The group of carefree people got there by jumping on a freight train. 3 of his friends said they saw him and the others jump off the train. This was the last time Buddy was seen alive. That day, Buddy didn't go home. Art and Florence, his parents, and Jeanette, his older sister, were shocked. A search team was put together. Authorities and people in the area looked everywhere for weeks, but couldn't find anything. Then, strangely, a body was found a mile from the Schumacher's home in the 7th week. The body was badly broken down, but it was still Buddy. It was horrible to hear about. Buddy had been cut up and abused sexually, and a handkerchief was found deep in the back of his throat. Most likely, he died of suffocation. Local and state news outlets reported on everything, including the viewing at the home. One photo showed the casket leaving the Schumacher home with the headline, "Bid Schumacher boy farewell." With all the local and media interest in the case, you would think that the person who did it would have been caught quickly. Still, the crime hasn't been solved in more than 90 years. The Schumacher family never knew who killed their son because the killer was never caught. It wasn't because they didn't try. Even though police followed up on leads, nothing led to a conviction. There was a drifter in the area who was accused of the murder and arrested. Police say that 2 mentally ill men also admitted to the crime, but they didn't believe either of them at first. None of the men were charged with anything. The handkerchief, which was part of evidence, was probably handled wrong. At one point, the fabric with the clues was missing from the office of the district attorney. Witnesses also took back what they had said before about the accused drifter. Buddy's family and close friends didn't talk much about the tragedy. They moved out of the family's home 2 years after Buddy died. A new family moved in, the Hoffmans. Years later, Paul Hoffman's book brought the cold case back to people's minds. The author talks about living next door to the Schumachers and hearing their neighbor Lillian Hardwood say, "I know who killed the Schumacher boy." In his youth, Hoffman thought it was just crazy talk because Mrs. Harwood was known for acting strangely. She also said it happened near Hoyt Park and the Menominee River, and that the police know who did it. Hoffman went on a fact-finding mission when he got older and learned some scary things about Buddy's death. He talked to family members like Keith and Brian Egloff, Buddy Schumacher's sister's children. He looked through census data, old newspapers, and everything. Hoffman says that after years of research, he has figured out who the killer might have been. He doesn't want to talk about his idea, though. He told On Milwaukee, "I think I know who killed the man. I don't think there's a way to prove it, though, after all this time. So, the best we can do is make an educated guess based on the facts." In fact, it's too late to catch the person who did it. Most of the evidence has been lost over time, and it's likely that the person has already died. Maybe this will bring some comfort to the Schumacher family.